On today's video, I have the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. I got 10 tips and tricks for you guys. Let's get started. What's up guys, Kris here from the Currier Network. On this channel we do tech reviews, unboxings, and how-to videos. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Let's get into the video. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. Today we're just looking at tips and tricks for the device. I have 10 for you. Starting off with number 1 is your display. Now the box, it comes with 60 Hertz. You want to turn this into 120 Hertz. You want to swipe down the notification panel and click your gear icon. From here you can scroll down to the display settings and go from 60 to 120. Get more realistic animations for smoother scrolling, and that is absolutely true. If you play any video, any mobile gaming or any kind of motion on your device, it will look better at 120 Hertz. Unfortunately, it is a trade-off. Your screen resolution is locked at 1080. If you want the 1440 screen resolution, you're going to have to go back to 60 Hertz. Next tip is the edge lighting. So go into display, scroll down to edge screen, and down here you have your options for your edge display, your edge panels, which I'll show you the edge panels, which is right here, which I never use. If you use them, that's cool. Your edge lighting, which is right here. Click on that option. And here you have, anytime you get a notification from any app, your whole screen will light up. So lighting style, that's what it'll look like. These are different options. You can do a bubble effect. You see a little effect that comes underneath. You can change the color of any of these effects. I have choosing all available apps, but you can do it for certain apps or just a couple. My next tip is also in the display panel. You're going to go back into display, go down to home screen, customize the home screen layout and features, and swipe down for notification panel. Open the notification panel by swiping down anywhere on the home screen. A 6.9-inch display. It's very difficult, even with large hands, to reach all the way at the top to swipe down. This feature allows you to swipe down anywhere on the phone. And then if you want to expand these quick settings from anywhere on your phone, you can swipe with 2 fingers, swipe down to get to your notifications. So my next tip is going to be about the cameras. So let's go into the camera settings, and from here you can see all the different modes, all the different options. Now to get to your resolution out of the box, it's going to be in a 3x4 format. You have to select the 108 megapixel setting if you want that. So these buttons will control your zoom setting, or you can manually zoom. It goes all the way up to 100x. But if you hit this more button, pro mode, panorama, food, night mode, live focus video, pro video, super slow-mo, slow motion, and hyperlapse. So if you want any one of these modes to show up on your main screen here, you can go into more and hit this little pencil icon, and you can select, push and hold and drag it down. And there is, because I use a lot of live focus video, so I will put it down, we'll put it right down here. And save that. Now when you go back to the main, here's your photo, live focus video. My next tip has to do with the rotation. Say you're watching YouTube in bed and you don't want your phone to rotate, or you do want it to rotate. You have to change this auto rotation setting to lock it into portrait mode. Then go, as you're watching, if you want to change the orientation, this little icon will pop up after you rotate the phone, and it will manually stay in this setting, but auto rotation has to be off. My next tip has to do with the app overview button. This button will open all the apps that you have open, but the tip here is to double tap the app overview button, and it will quickly change apps to your most recent app. So it will go back to the previous app. You can jump back and forth between 2 apps pretty quickly instead of having to select and that kind of thing. So my next tip, you're going to go into your display settings and go down to navigation bar. This will allow you to manage the navigation bar, and this choice is you can use the navigation buttons or full screen gestures. Now gestures allows you to use more screen. So the options, you can swipe from the bottom or swipe from the sides, just to eliminate the need for these buttons. So your back button, your app overview button, and your home button. My next tip, everybody should know, but customizing the way your phone looks makes it personal to you. So if you long press on the home screen, it will open up your home screen settings, and you're going to hit themes, Galaxy themes. There's a lot of them. A lot of them are free. I have several installed, but if you're feeling colorful, you can change it to many different color settings. It will change your app icons, your dialer, your messages. It will theme the entire phone. Every icon that is provided by Samsung is swapped to this new setting. Now I have dark mode on, so dark mode actually overlays, but this is what it looks like. It's blue to match the sky. Isn't that cool? So just little changes, little differences that makes your phone unique. My next tip is going to be, and here is a little button called devices. You can control devices that are paired on the same Wi-Fi network. So if I want to control my TV, I have a Samsung TV, so now I can turn it off from here. If you ever lose your remote, you have one built into your phone. Control my watch, my headphones. One of my last tips is called developer option. It goes into the more detailed settings. You go all the way down here to about phone, into software information, and here you're going to press build number. And you're going to press it until it tells you you are in developer mode. 4 steps away. You are now 3 steps away from being a developer. It will count down. Developer mode has been turned on. So now you can back to the settings and scroll. Now you have this new setting down here. It's called developer option. And in here it gives you a more in-depth look at what's going on with your phone. Your memory settings. It shows 11 gigs of RAM on this Ultra. Picture color mode, demo mode. You have more settings. These are more settings that you can add onto the quick tiles up top. Your sync for your email, window animation scales. This option, mobile data always active. This will keep your mobile data on all the time, even when Wi-Fi is active, for fast network switching. So if you're going between a Wi-Fi network and LTE network and switching is a problem, or switching is slow, that's where this comes into play. This is one feature I've used. It's called disable absolute volume. I had a pair of Apple AirPods and I was using it with my Samsung, and the volume was extremely low on my Samsung device, but on my wife's iPhone the volume was high, and normally they were almost too loud, and that's because of the software differences. This will disable absolute volume, so it levels out the volume levels between both devices. So after changing this, I was able to use the AirPods at a higher volume level. There's a lot of tips just in these developer options, but this is something I do with all my phones. Window animation scale. Every time you hit a button, a window pops up. Now the time it takes for that animation to take place will give you the perception of how quick it is. So along with the refresh rate, if you open up a window, how long is that animation taking? So you can change the animation scale to, let's say 10, which is the longest it will take to open a window. If you see how long that takes. Or you can go 0.5, which is what I do. So now when you open a window, it's very fast. So all of these transition animations, animator, and window at 0.5, it will make your phone faster. GPU watch will, if you're playing mobile games, it will give you information about your GPU. This option will force notifications into bubbles, and just some extra theming options on the very bottom. The color, the font, the icons. So hopefully you guys can find some value in this. And if you're not interested in developer options at all after you've turned them on, you can just go up here to turn off. Now when you back out, it will no longer be there. And those were my top 10 tips for the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. I hope it helps you guys. Comment below what your favorite tips are for your Android device. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.